So that's how I left everything last night. It's pretty early in the morning, like maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock. Well, it's not early, but anyways, it's going to be a long day. Today is the day that I'm going to start cutting into this thing. But before I start pulling out sawzalls and blades and stuff like that, I want to get rid of all this stuff that I've taken off and organize them and put them in bins and just give myself a clean place to work, because we're going to transfer from disassembly to like cutting and hopefully welding and fabricating. I don't want all these parts laying around to get knocked over and lost and whatnot in the process. And as you can see, it's kind of cluttered and I don't have a lot of space to work. I'm also going to end up taking this engine and transmission out and cutting the back of the car off and redoing the rear cage, moving the transmission back because there's a really bad angle in this axle here, which I kind of have been living with, but since I'm into it, I want to fix it. And I got all new tires. This stuff needs to go away for right now while I work on the car. And I've got a sea container out there and I'm getting ready. I'm making a table to put everything and organize everything, and some bins to put these parts into. So first off today is clean up all that stuff, get this stuff out of here, and then I'll start cutting on it. Basically what I'm trying to do is I'm procrastinating. I'm doing everything except for what I'm terrified of doing, which is starting to cut into this beam, because putting it back together is going to be a big challenge for me because I've never done this stuff before. I got a lot of good friends around me that can help me with this, but I mean, I'm just, trying to put it off as long as I can, of course. But today is the day. That beam is coming out as much as I can. Pipes are going to get cleaned up, or tubes are going to get cleaned up, and I'll probably work on it until 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. Which gives me a nice long day. There'll be a nap in there somewhere, but yeah. So here we go. I'm gonna start cleaning up. Tune back in just a little bit. All right, so I know this is dumb, but I'm cutting a shelf making a shelf to store all that stuff out here in my sea containers. I'll show you. Little things you gotta do just to keep progress going, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm doing to keep me from actually cutting shit. So there it is. That's where everything's gonna get stored. All right, I just picked up a bunch of stuff in the garage. Much more room, so much better. Much easier to work. All the parts are off the table here. I'm gonna put all those tools away. I can get all the way around the car, no problem. Work on it. And the old shop truck doing its job. I'm gonna take all the stuff out to the sea containers, store it in a nice manner. Man, I had a cool thought. Imagine having a drift truck with rear facing seats. That'd be so sick. Talk about a wild ride. That'd be so much fun. Or what about a trophy truck with rear facing seats in the back instead of spare tires? Come on, someone's got to do it. That'd be so fun. All right, I got it all cleaned up in here, everything put away, and now it's time to start cutting. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use this, mainly because I don't know how, never used one before, but I'm sure I will learn during this process. But here we go. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to start cutting. No idea what I'm doing. I'm not sure what you can see, but it's dusty as hell. The first cut is commencing right now. Wow. God, that hurts my hands. What are you doing over there? There was some pressure in that thing here, Pop. I guess I don't really have to cut this end off because when I cut the beam off, that'll just come off with it, right? Do I want it out of the way so I can cut this? I don't know. What's next? I feel like this one's gonna be my hardest one to fix because I can't put a sleeve on it, or a fish plate, whatever they call these, on it. So this is gonna be my really delicate one, or the one that I need to like kind of trim out really good. I mean, these ones too, but not as much as that one. I think this is my hardest one to deal with once everything is said and done. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna notch it out to get it out, and then that'll leave it open for me to be able to go in there and trim this up with a grinder. I think I might do the same thing with this one here. I'm gonna try it with this one, and if it works, I'll do it on that one too. And these ones, man, I just don't even know. Maybe the same thing. I'm concerned, I kind of want to cut this whole bumper off just to get it out of my way. Maybe I'll do that next, because I can easily put fish plates over here to fix this, right? Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try. Jeez. Come on, Sawzall. This really is not the tool for me. It hurts my hands so bad. Blade shot already? Is that toast? Is that what the problem is? Is that thing done? Cool, can't get a plate out. This is going well. Why did it just come out so easy just now? And it was not coming out 2 seconds ago. What the hell? Okay. That's it. Brand new blade. Let's see if it helps. Herps. Oh boy, this is going so good. Okay, it's in there. That's some thick metal, bro. That's not rad. Safety first. So, Sawzall blade was killing me. I mean, hurts my hands. I got one of these other pipe cut or tube cut. So. Job for a cordless grinder. Ew. I'm gonna get my grinder that goes into cord. I'm gonna get my corded grinder, bruh. All right, set a grinder. Lose a chunk of the disc. No, it looks all right. It's a little shitty right there, but looks all right. Good. I hope the Sawzall will take the rest of it. This super dull blade. hands are so sensitive. Flashlight over here, see what I need to do. Dude, just tap my hand. It hurts like hell. Okay, that's all the way through. It's right there. It's just this side here, but I think that blade is toast. Get in there with the grinder. I know this is under pressure, so I don't want to have it kick at me. So I'm grinding off this side first, or cutting this side first, so that I can be on the other side. It's almost there. Almost there. It's right there. Ow, Jesus. Ow, God. I hate that. It is loose. Can't really tell. Have I cut all the way through it? No, right here needs some more. Man, it's thin. Right there. Use a longer blade. Shorty's cutting it. Oh my gosh. Why is it when I put it in, I feel like it's in, and it just falls right out. Seated all the way in there. What the? Something ain't right. Something ain't right here. It's broken. The saw's all broken already. What in the heck? Right to that flashlight. Cool, so I'm having Sawzall problems now. Awesome. There's the flashlight. Oh, the little jaw isn't going back in. What's that happen? There it is. Huh. Not my fault. The little jaw's not going back in. Another battery problem. It seems to me that I've cut all the way around that thing. Maybe we should move on to the next spot. I don't know, I think it's cut all the way through, but I can't really tell. Because it didn't pop loose. I'm just gonna have to start cutting this stuff off. This is taking too long. I'm gonna hack this right here. That'll release that. And I gotta figure out this here. I think I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do the same thing I did right here. Just chop it in, see if I can get like some sort of a V cut. All right, I'm not gonna bore you with all this sawzalling. Well, I've got a slight case of the, I don't give a fucks. So I have now started chopping off the front bumper. I'm like, I was trying to preserve it and not cut it off, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna cut this thing off and get it out of my way because it's kind of being a problem with me being able to get the saw blades in there and cut. So off it goes. Bye-bye, bumper. Wow, that looks weird. Let's grind that off. Okay. Now I can continue. I'm gonna hack this. See how much more space I have to work now? Why is this so much harder to cut? The tubing cuts like no problem. This, it's barely done any damage. And this is just destroying my saw blade. Can I get this in there somehow? Not really. I can go like that. I can get to this side. It's not cool, bro. It's not cool. Try this bottom. Try going at it like this. It's easier. What's this stuff made out of? Like saw blade kryptonite? Not amazing. Not amazing at all. Cuts right through it. Yeah. Oh. What is the deal? This doesn't cut it at all. That's my nose. Wasted. All right, I think I got this figured out. Well, I'm making some headway. How's that sound? I'm using the grinder, and I'm just grinding around corners, and then I'll clean up those pipes, and I'm done. The tubes when I'm done. Sorry. We have a casualty here. That Sawzall blade is stuck in there, but I believe that's cut all the way through. So I make these big cuts, and I can finish it off with the Sawzall, and it's working out pretty good. I think all I gotta do is cut the back side of this one, and around this one here, and I believe all the cuts are made. Well, I gotta finish those two with the Sawzall. But that's cut off there. I kinda wanna cut that piece off just to have, but yeah. Here we go. You gotta be kidding me. Tell if this is cut all the way through or not. Something is still holding it on. Okay, let's go from here. That's not cut all the way through. I got metal shavings in my shoe. this tube is cut, this tube is cut. Maybe it's just this tube. That's cut for sure. That's cut. Holding it on. Sorry, my butt was in the camera. Is it this fucking piece right here? No way. Get it. Dude. What is holding it on? Oh. Maybe I should move this. All right, the beam is out. So now I gotta do a lot of cleanup. I gotta get rid of all this stuff off of here, but now I can get to it a lot easier because this is out of the way. But there we go. Yeah. Once I get this all cleaned up, that'll mark, like, you know, there's a destruction portion of a build and then there's the construction portion of the build. And once I get this all cleaned up and kind of the new beam kind of set up in there and fitted a little bit, well, I guess once I start fitting the new shit is when I'm onto the construction part of the build, which usually takes about 3 times as long as the destruction portion of the build. But I'm excited. This is the most I've done to a car like this. You know, I bought this chassis and it was already built and I just started bolting parts on. So, you know, it's pretty exciting to get this far. My hands hurt really bad and I have a massive headache, but we're getting somewhere.